What if I told you that IELTS is not hard work, it's smart work? And how do you act smart in IELTS reading? You don't have to read every word or read the entire passage. 90% of you are doing that. And let me tell you a secret. My student, who I have guided them as an ex-IELTS examiner, have scored 8 and 9 again and again without reading the entire passage word to word. And the icing on the cake is that the answers are accurate. They are able to finish the 3 passages, whether academic or general, within the time limit. So what are those 10 tips that you should follow so that you get a band 9? And of course, if you want to skip the video, the ball is in your court and you miss your band 9. Yes, without reading the passage entirely, you can predict the question and the answers very accurately. And the first tip for that is, let's dive into it. Reading everything is a trap in IELTS. You do not have to read in detail, and it is also not useful. Now start with the first things first. You will read the questions and you will underline the keywords and then go to the passage so that you don't have to read everything. Don't start reading the passage as soon as you get the paper or you are giving the computer based test. Just read the question and this will help you find all the answers within the time. The examples have been simplified and you'll find them down here. So according to the text, what method did researchers use to study ancient texts? Now the passage says, by analyzing the isotopic ratios found in human remains, scientists reconstructed dietary patterns over thousands of years. Now thousands of years, the key word here is ancient diets and researchers. So what is the word that you will find in the passage? Scientist. Thousand of years. What does that mean? Ancient. So I have just given the line and here you will find the answer. So the keywords were again ancient diets and the researchers. Now the next tip. If you do not know the meaning of a word, don't try to read here and there. Don't panic first. Use the contextual clues. Look for the meaning of that word or sentence surrounding it and use the prefix and suffix. Don't worry, I'll give you an example for that. You need not know every word, okay? And you have to learn to detect the meaning, what the sentence is talking about. Sometimes even your grammar can tell us whether it is a noun, a verb or an adjective, which is enough to find out the answer. Now let me give an example of this. The example is like that. I've just constructed the example, and now the larvae exhibited bioluminescence glowing faintly in the dark clay. Okay, so what does bioluminescence mean? Here it means the larvae or they glow in the dark. That means the meaning is glowing in the dark. What does it mean? It means producing light. So all such traps are there, the difficult words are there, but don't read everything. You can detect the meaning from the surrounding sentences or the words as I have given in the example. Now, the next tip, that is the third tip, is that please follow the instructions. Now you will say, ma'am, this is very natural. No, you do not pay attention. If it is a true false and not given question, do not write yes, no, or not given. So there is a difference. Please pay attention. The second thing that you do is when it says not more than 2 words. So that means exactly one or 2 words. And what do? You put and the and you spoil the whole show. The answer goes wrong. You should know a and the are articles and they are also one word. So if you are giving the answer in one word only, don't add the article. So suppose the answer is a bee. Now if you say, okay, the bees, they help in pollination. So you will write the pollination. So grammatically it is right that they help in the pollination. But you have to give the answer in one word. So you will write only pollination. The tip 4 is, especially when you answer those yes, no or true, false questions, what do you think is that, okay, this is common sense, so this should be true. Please don't bring your own knowledge into the IELTS paper. You have to rely only on what is written in the text. If the passage does not state clearly, then that means it is not given, even if you think it is common sense. So I'll give you an example. Suppose the statement is, you have to say whether it is true or false. Coffee increases concentration and reduces fatigue. So it increases concentration and reduces fatigue. This is the statement given and you have to say whether it is true, false or not given. But in the text it is given, some studies suggest caffeine may temporarily improve alertness. Now the passage does not mention fatigue. So of course alertness is mentioned and your knowledge says yes, but it is not given. It is not true. Why? Because that fatigue is not in the statement. You got it? So it is your common knowledge that it is reducing fatigue. You know it is common sense, but it is not in the text. So go by the text only. Now, the next step, IELTS reading is designed to confuse you, to see whether you're reading properly. It's a reading test and it is being prepared by the Cambridge. So you have to be very watchful of the transitional words. Now what are transitional words? I'll give you an example. Don't worry. However, although, nevertheless, what will it indicate? That there is a change in the opinion. There is a contrast, the idea which is being expressed. So you have to read the full sentence, the full thing, and then give your answer. So if you find the word but on the other hand, then wait, the real message is coming next. Yes, you have to read the entire paragraph or even the sentence to get it accurate. Okay, let me give you an example. Now suppose in the passage it is given, solar energy, I'll read it out, is often praised for being environmentally friendly. You can see solar panels have no environmental drawbacks. They have no environmental drawbacks. So the answer, of course, it is saying it is environmentally friendly, and then you have your knowledge, okay, it is true, but it is not true. It is false because it has several drawbacks. And what are the drawbacks? It requires significant energy and raw materials. So that however was there, it was environment friendly, however was there, and then the things changed. And then the question is also there like that, just to test whether you are just reading or you are reading it properly. Now, let's go to the next tip. How to do these MCQ questions. See, when you are doing the MCQ questions, do not try find out the right answer. Yes, it is very clear. You can get it very correct if you try to find out or cross out the wrong options. Yes, anything that you do not find in the text or the paragraph, you can just cross it out. So, what will happen? Maybe you are able to cross out the 3 or 2. The choices will decrease and your chances of getting an accurate answer is going to increase. So, never try to find out the right answer. Just read the first sentence and read the passage and then cross out the options that are wrong. So you're not reading everything. You're only going to the part where that answer is given and you're crossing out the wrong options and you're left with only 1 or 2 choices and you can get an accurate answer. That is how you get a band 9 by eliminating all the wrong ones. Wolves play a vital role in ecosystems by controlling herbivore populations. So even if you don't know, the meaning of herbivore, so controlling populations is enough, right? I told you that you have to just take out the meaning from the context. So what are the options? They protect endangered plants. So are they talking about endangered plants? No. Cross it out. They control the number of plant-eating animals. Of course, you are not sure what is this plant-eating animals. Just leave it. Okay. Then the next one. They clean the environment. So are they talking about cleaning the environment? No, they are not talking. Just cross it out. They live in forest. It is common sense, but not given in the text. It is not given in the text that they live in forest. It's common sense. So we'll eliminate it. We are not going to use our common sense, right? So only one option is left. And what is that? They control the number of plant-eating animals, right? That is the correct answer because I eliminated all the wrong answers. Now, the 7th tip, what happens is that, they are very clever. They will try to give you some very difficult words, So please look out for the definitions. So IELTS is tough academic vocabulary, especially in GT also in passage 3. They are going to use some academic vocabulary, but you have to look out for the definitions. Generally, it is given in the next sentence or in the same sentence. And here, please watch out for the commas, the hyphens, and the signal cases. Okay, I'll read out the, some of, so how would you know that they are doing something, they're describing something? So you can watch out for clues like that is, and that means they're going to describe something. And also known as this, it is also known as this, or some phrase in commas. There's a phrase that is in commas. You will know that this is the definition they are giving. So let's take an example. Even I don't know what is this because I'm not a science student. Is a process where water bodies become enriched with nutrients, leads to excessive algae growth and oxygen depletion. Now this is given in the passage and you do not know this difficult word. You come to know that it is some process where the water bodies, they gain some nutrients and there is some depletion, means loss of oxygen or something related to oxygen. And so the definition is given. The question is, what causes oxygen level to drop in lakes? So you already know because they have already given the definition. Okay, so in this manner you can find out the meaning of that word because the definition is given. So don't panic. Now the tip number 8, do not leave writing your answers towards the end. I know most of the YouTubers will say that you should give your answers in the last, but many of my students, I have advised them not to do it, and it is a very good and a friendly advice because afterwards they are not going to give you time. So answer, write it down as you go. Don't wait till the end. Now, when you are writing the answers, what you should be careful about the spellings, because just copy them properly. Ma'am, I forgot to write I or E, 0 mark. Also, your grammar, you should be particular. You don't have to change the grammar in the reading. Clear? Make sure that you write them in the correct box. Now, what happened with one student is the question, the answer suppose was electricity. The answer to the question 9 was electricity, and she wrote in the 10. And thereby the whole of the test went wrong. One simple slip. Be careful. If it is question number 9, whether the answer is electricity written there, be sure of it. Don't mix up the columns, and the whole thing will go wrong because they are being checked by machines, and in capitals, of course. And of course, your spellings should be correct. If you can't copy from the passage, I think you do not deserve 1 mark. You will get a 0 mark. So even if it is electricity and you write the wrong spelling, suppose you write E-L-E-T, whatever you write, whatever you think is right, then it is 0 mark for you. And the best tip, the 9th I can give you is, do not leave any answer blank. There is no negative marking. That means if you answer it wrong, they will -1. No, it is not like that. Always make a guess, a wild guess. You never know. You may be right. And there is a slip between 7 and 8 by 1 mark also. Yeah. Suppose now, okay, the example I can give you is, the main benefit of recycling is dash. So you are unsure, you do not know what is it, the time is less, make a wild guess. Write it cost effective, or you can write cost friendly, cost saving, write anything. Maybe it is right, and of course it is a right answer. Sometimes you can make a guess. Okay, the another tip is that most of the questions like true, false, yes, no, then the fill-ups, the summary completion also, all these except for which graph contains which information, that also I'll give you the tip. They, or the matching, they don't come in, or the writer's opinion, they don't come in a sequence. So most of them, they come in a sequence. Even the MCQs, they come in a sequence. They give you. So do not try, if suppose you have found answer 10 in paragraph C, then answer 11 and 12 could be in paragraph D. Don't go to paragraph A and read everything. So whatever questions are coming in serial, go to the next line or the next paragraph and find out the answer. Don't go back. Okay? It's not there. And of course, a tip for the what contains in which paragraph, the what information. Suppose you're very sure about one paragraph, like this is the sentence or this is the information that is contained in the D paragraph. So you have 8 options. So don't read the D paragraph. Read the other paragraphs where the other questions will be there, or other questions are there, and the answers will be there. So you can easily, eliminate. So that is smart work. Don't try to read over and over again, because you should be able to understand which questions come in order and which do not come in order, which I also teach in my reading coaching when you take personal and group also. So the tip 10 was there, and now if you want, see more of these reading strategies, and if you want to learn solving the reading passages with me, the real exam, then you can contact me at my WhatsApp. And if you want to practice with real exam questions, which are in my website, takundra.com, you can increase your chances of getting a 9 band, because they are repeated from there, and also the level is the same. And if you want any paid guidance, do let me know. And don't forget to say a yes if you want more of the reading videos. Any video of any topic, please give me in the comments that you want that video. I will certainly make it. God bless you all and all the best.